In tonight's special edition of Studio 12, we're celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. First, we're taking you to Denver's Little Saigon district as we explore the history behind Truong A Gifts. It's a story of courage, culture, and tradition. Then, a single mom turns her dreams into a thriving boba tea business built on love, sacrifice, and resilience. We're also celebrating South Asian artists making history here in Colorado, from a groundbreaking group exhibit to the henna-inspired work of award-winning artist Bala. And chef and entrepreneur Mary Nguyen shares her journey from Wall Street to building one of Denver's most beloved restaurant brands. Don't go away. It all starts right now here on Studio 12.
From the Five Points Media Center in the heart of Denver, Colorado, this is Studio 12.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ryan Harrer, and welcome to this special edition of Studio 12. As we celebrate Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, tonight's Human Eyes short documentary takes us inside Truong A Gifts to explore the story of a family, a community, and a cultural legacy rooted in Denver's Little Saigon district. From generations who fled war in Vietnam in search of a new beginning, this story highlights resilience, entrepreneurship, cultural pride, and a family's love in the pursuit of the American dream.
The whole plaza itself plays a huge part in my role of who I am today.
Sometimes we want to get together to have a friend, sit down, have a cup of coffee, or have a bowl of pho. Yet some people want to eat food. They got the restaurant. That's why we found this area, and we start to open this one on 1987. We want our community grow and everybody can come in and to get what they need and they can see together. So they
141.80.
Don't be really homesick.
The name, when I see the name, I think this is a good name in Chinese, in Vietnam.
It means peace and harmony.
Yeah, but I didn't think about English. They hard to spelling, and they hard to pronouncing. Truong A. This name follow me 44 years now. My name is Fawn. My shop is a Truong A Gift, right at Fire Center.
1975, we escaped out from South Vietnam 3 days before collapse. I have no choice. I don't know anything. They collapse from north, go back to south. They slowly going south. Then we know if we not escape out, we get really big trouble because usually communist government, they don't like a lot the high education because they think high education they cannot control. I like to be teach, so I get it in and get the degree on the math teacher degree. Everybody know it not a good time to join in this North Vietnam communists, so we try to rent out.
Just a little bit. Okay.
I came first 1975, and my wife, she came 1979.
I think I need to go back 47 years ago. When I came to United States, I really say I don't know nothing. When we just come to United States, we don't know nothing. We don't have confidence. We're very scared. And that time, no Google Translation, nothing. And when we escape, I have take one dictionary about that big. Look like a handbook like that. I need every night, I found a dictionary.
My wife got the older brother. He goes to same school with my cousin. So I don't know how they connected. They bring whole family to Denver. And they stay in my cousin's house. So the next day, I just came to visit them. And when I ring the bell,
And I go out, I open the door.
the person come out to open the door is my wife.
I see my husband.
And when I saw her, I said, boom, that's my person. I don't know what they say, but like a big sock. So I found her.
And I say, what's your name? And he say, I'm Tom. And I look at him, I say, I think you're older than me. How about I call you Tom brother? I see him that time. He say, how about we marry?
Now we've been married about 45 years. Look back, it's a long time.
He never let me pay house bill, electric bill. No, he take care everything. He never tell you he's stressed about we behind the financial or everything. No. Okay, that's why I really love him.
I got the job. It's a busboy at they call the top of the Rocky at downtown Denver. Change from teacher become a busboy because that's the good freedoms. And we came to USA. We found the freedom. We can talk what we want. We can speak what we want, and we can think what we want. And after that, I found another job in King Soopers. I saw in King Soopers they got American food, and most the Vietnamese people they need eat rice and some Vietnamese food. And over there they have this really small bag they call Uncle Ben rice. We must eat the long grain rice, and we don't have like a fish sauce. We don't have like any Asian food. Even I want to eat bean sprout, we have to grow the bean sprout at home.
And the ramune, oh my gosh, such a large selection. Wow, I haven't even seen all these flavors.
So we decided, say, why don't we just open the grocery? Grocery will help to get the Vietnamese community close. So we opened the grocery store, small one, really small.
That time my husband, he already have the business. It's a small grocery, Asian grocery. They call Thai Bean market, supermarket.
I drive the truck from here to California to get the fish sauce and something like that, come back.
When I come out to the business, I don't have anything. I don't have money in my pocket. I asked my husband, because he come in United States in 1975. I asked him, he say, I only 5,000. I cannot help you more. I say, okay, 5,000 enough. I take. I use that 5,000. I go to business. I ask the business, it's a 40,000. I go deal with him. I say, I pay you payment for a year. Okay? Of course, they take my interest. Every month, I need pay 3,000. About 3,300 something for him. 4 years, the payment. I only make $30. How I survive? It's not easy, but I go through. I need make the shop. I can make more money there. I say I want to open the shop. That shop is video. It's only 700 square feet. The name is called Truong A.
Growing up in this store, it started off as a blockbuster, like an Asian blockbuster. It was like a VHS movie rental, and it was all like kung fu movies to dramas to like all that for the Asian community. So like our store was the hub for the Asian community on the weekends when they after work or whatever, they can relax by watching movies with VHS. So it was like renting different movies and dramas. So for me, those are like memories of mine of like every aisle is like, it's like an archive of our history and culture and everything, because every aisle with like gifts or everything that was in the store was a story. This shopping plaza is actually our home for my cousins and siblings, because all my aunties and uncles would have their store in this plaza. We would have like a restaurant, a supermarket, our gift shop. So it was kind of like where we grew up. We would be kids just running around store to store. If we're hungry, we'll just go to the restaurant. If we wanted a snack, we'll go to the supermarket. If we wanted to like do our homework, we'd go to our aunt's office, stuff like that. It was just like, this is where I grew up. So I grew up in it. So honestly, it wasn't like I was getting paid to work here. It was like child labor. You work for your parents. So it wasn't always like my dream job, honestly.
When she's young, her dream is modeling. Yeah. Okay. And she want catwalk. She want my photo on the screen, and she want everything. I let her go try. You need have past happy and your dream, okay? 23 that time, I say, honey, I think now is the time. If you want, continue your job, or you need follow the business. I let you think, your choice, or you want go back school.
You know the Skull Panda? This was last year, this is this year. So every year they come out with a new.
She think about 1 week. She say, Mom, I think I pick business. I say, okay, if you pick business, you need clear all the past. Your modeling, everything. You're 23, you already old, you pass. Okay? You need, don't ruin the time to learning something. And she says she picked business. I say, okay.
For me, I just want to share our culture, traditions, and heritage and roots, and it can be anything from like traditional like jade bangles, that has different nostalgic meanings behind it, to like the new pop culture stuff, like from trinkets and collectibles. Like it could be from all sorts of different genres in the stores, right? Different areas in the store, but it hits somebody deep in their heart, where it could be, that's kind of how I feel, like everything is sentimental. Oh my God, we need a picture of that too. Everything has a story behind it. So if somebody's buying something for someone, there's a story behind why they're gifting that to someone. So I feel like our store can give that to others.
See, I have a lot of customers, a lot of kids. When they come in, and they come and say hi, I special for you.
Really?
Okay.
Thank you so much. So nice.
You're welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
See? And I say, you don't need to buy anything. You just come in, you say hi, I'm happy. Because we are friends. No, I need support.
Luckily, Mimi's parents had done such a good job of building this business.
We don't have a lot of coconut, but we have a lot of ginger.
It's been an interesting balance for sure. It's something that we want to keep around. We don't want to just be the trendy store. We want to keep our traditions alive, obviously. Mimi is a big believer in that. All the community work she does is in order to keep traditions and educate future generations on what we used to do or what our parents used to do, kind of balancing the past versus the present versus the future. Because obviously our store has a lot going on. It's not just the store, but the shopping center as well. We have, Mimi puts on these community events, and she mostly does it for kids. Almost all the events are geared towards kids. Lunar New Year, we have like a kids fashion show. The kids come out to see the lions. Mid-Autumn Festival's a kids, it's for kids. It's a lantern festival. Obviously, there are times when I wake up and I say, I wish I could have half the store for all the products that I want. But then there are days when I wake up and, I'll have like a 18, 19-year-old kid come in and ask about a really traditional product. And I'll be like, yeah, we do have that. Or someone else will come in and ask about something and we don't have that. I have no idea where to point you because I can't think of a single place that would sell something like that. If it's not us, I have no idea.
We have sections of I can order everything in the store, but my mom gets all the traditional stuff. And then Michael and I get pop culture and all that. And then I add on the beauty and the Sanrios and all the cute stuff. Michael has all the Pokemon and anime. So we all have a little section that really brings us joy, and for me, I feel like if I was supposed to choose one or two things that resonates with me, I love my beauty section. I want to be forever 25. We have all these different skin and beauty products that we bring in from Korea and Japan and different mascaras. So I don't know, I like all this stuff. But yeah, the traditional stuff, that's mom's section, things that mom brings.
Most of this one is more traditional. It's a food dog, lucky cat. Okay, a lot traditional, but a lot they bring the customer feel they go Asia travel. Oh my God, here look like Asia. Okay, that's important.
These are the traditional cats, right? But then now we're bringing in the new kind, the cute stuff. So I'm looking always for the newer cats, but they're all has a traditional feel, but it's a more modern twist. So we have both. People that want the more traditional ones or the more new cute.
This is more style, new style now. All this kind is a new style. Okay. It's a Buddha. And when that time, I found some Buddha and bring in. You see this statue, I tell you, sometimes you don't have that feeling. I have feeling. All they are have feeling. Okay, you believe, you feel it. Everything here I touch, all in your mind, oh, this is just a thing. No, they all have feeling.
Also, staying up to date on, pop culture and trends obviously helps. It's not just a matter of me looking at a sheet and figuring out what's available. Sometimes if it was available yesterday, it's not available today. So there's risks involved as well. Obviously because it could be limited and then tomorrow there could be tons of inventory, so now it's not as limited anymore. I think experience gives you a lot of insight as to what could and may or may not be popular. There's a fair bit of luck involved as well, I think.
That's the hard part, right? Is to figure out what kind of gift or items to bring in and how to get it and what if it will sell here. There's fails where stuff sit and collect dust, or there's things that are flying off the shelf where we can't even we just have to keep restocking, right? In Asia, they're a little bit ahead of the game.
Asia is very fashion forward. Their pop culture moves very quickly. And I think we get some insight into what we could be seeing here, but it's not necessarily always the case. But it does give you a bit of insight, so I mean, I guess as a research tool, it kind of works.
We always know about 6 months ahead what's gonna be hot, and if the American culture, like community and culture, can accept that kind of new trend. So, like example, like when Labubus were popular, it was already popular in Asia, like way ahead of time, like maybe like a year before, and then America started like getting in the trend, and then the whole world.
I believed in Pop Mart and Labubus and stuff like that long before most people knew what they were. I'm a collectible kind of person.
Oh, and you can collect them. It's like a blind box.
I think that's where our anime section kind of started off.
A lot of our customers know, like, they're known for the store for the Pokemons. They're known for the store for Sanrio items. Like, because we try to always get those items before they hit the American market.
I don't have as much time now, so I kind of rely on my kids at this point.
I'm the Pokemon guy in the store. They usually ask me about like what Pokemon set is hot right now and what's the hit in the sets. I've been helping around since I was started in middle school. It's very nice. It's very fun watching people open blind boxes, and it's like responsibility, and it teaches me maturity.
I'm a collector. I like collecting a lot of different things. Obviously, we like having, you know, trendy pop culture products, but I've always said that I don't ever want to lose the traditional aspect of the store, such as like products for like memorials and stuff like that, that we don't know if the future generation is going to use. But it's something that we keep around, not just in case, but you know, there are different people that use them, and there are people that maybe they came over from another country, so they're still, you know, using those traditions and stuff like that. So it's been an interesting balance for sure. It's something that we want to keep around. We don't want to just be the trendy store. We want to keep our traditions alive, obviously.
Because you know, the product always change. Everything always change. We got the different thinking and what they are thinking. Sometimes it's not easy to get change to go to smooth way, but they do really, really good job.
There's a question of if this future generation wants to take over businesses from the previous generation, and a lot of them aren't interested. So you have kind of this cultural hub that needs to be continued, but who's going to pick up that torch? And so making sure we kind of stay grounded in the fact that we keep those traditional products it's important to us, at least.
What I am and who I am today as an entrepreneur and a businesswoman is I learned it all from my mom and dad and my aunts and uncles, seeing them work so hard for everything that they do to give us a better future, right?
We teaching you, and we want training you out.
I did go to like college for like fashion design, esthetician, skincare, all of that extra stuff, but I'm not doing any of that because I realized like this is my home. I actually had 3 Asian gift shops in the mall at one point when I was in my 20s. After I had kids, I realized how important it is to continue the culture and tradition and heritage and sharing the roots of what my mom and dad and my grandma, grandpa and stuff shared with me.
I thought I was going to be a soccer player in the future. Unfortunately, I was derailed by injuries. I've had 3 ACL surgeries and Achilles surgery, and I was going to school at the University of Denver at the time. And this is right around when I met Mimi, but I went to school for business and accounting. In the future, I'd like to own a business as well. So I wanted to go that route with it. And so she asked me to come out to the store and help with inventory to see if I could, just because of my background and stuff like that. And it took me an entire summer to get some inventory done at the store. Not every couple can work together and be together 24/7, but Mimi and I guess we have a knack for it. And so we enjoy being together, and I enjoy what I do out here, so it just kind of worked out.
So you have to, one, believe in yourself, have that confidence, and then try it. And you're gonna fail a few times, but you have to believe in yourself and believe that you can make whatever your dream or goal or whatever you want happen. Try to tell my kids, you know, sometimes even homework is hard or things at school is hard. They want to give up. You have to get past that little hump, and you'll realize there's more to that than just this back end, you know? So you're gonna always have people around you, so surround yourself around inspiring people. There's ups and downs, but those are things that I always tell my kid is you can't give up on yourself and don't let others drag you down, and just keep going.
We over here, we thought Mimi and Michael took the job and they do good. So we really proud. We are semi-retired, so I can go anywhere I want. I can do every time I want. We can take off a week, a month, and they still can handle it.
When they little, I never think have today. Okay, but today I really say, I'm so proud, Mimi. Proud about her, but I didn't tell her, honey, I'm so proud about you. You do good job, everything. No, okay? I just look, and I see she can handle everything now. I let her go.
So that is why, like, for me now, this is my job. I come to work like extra happy to work in like a place where I can sell items that and trinkets and stuff that brings people happiness and joy. You know, like they come excited to shop and, for instance, like buy like a trinket like Labubu or whatever, and then they leave extra happy. Like those are the joy that makes the store what it is, you know, and that's the same of how I saw my mom and dad working back in the day too. Their movies brought people joy and happiness. Their gift items, small things here and there, people come to buy to gift to other, and it brings other people joy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll see you later. Yeah, thank you.
So those are things that I see that why these mom and pop shops are like very important, you know, and it's important to share the stories behind it.
Truong A Gifts is just one of the many businesses helping keep Vietnamese culture and community alive in Denver's Little Saigon district. The Far East Center on South Federal is home to generations of family-owned businesses, restaurants, and shops. It was also added to the Colorado's State Register of Historic Properties in 2024, recognizing its cultural and historical significance to our state. To learn more, you can follow Truong A Gifts on Facebook and Instagram. Another great story coming from the Little Saigon district. Just a few shops down from Truong A Gifts is a single mom who made a long-held dream come true while raising 3 kids on her own. After years of setbacks, career changes, and starting over, she never gave up. She did it. PBS 12's Erica McClarity introduces us to Kat Duen, the woman behind the boba and tea shop called Teahee in Denver's Little Saigon district. Take a look.
In
In a small tea shop
Anything else today?
tucked in to the little Saigon district,
Okay, we'll have it right out for you.
there's something more than boba being served.
I'm here at Teahee, where everything is handcrafted and a piece of art. But what makes this place really special is the story behind it.
For one single mom of 3, this place is years in the making.
So we're in my little space called Teahee, little tea house.
She calls it her little space, but getting here took decades.
The year 2000, I started my own boba shop and wanted to introduce it to everyone in Denver. I think it didn't work just because it was too new of a concept, but I did feel, like a little frustration, kind of like, why are we so behind on trends? Because boba back then had already been around for 20-something years. So after a couple of years, I decided to call it quits.
So she walked away, tried new careers, raised a family.
I pretty much did like different jobs, got married, had kids, and at that, I'm still a full-time mom and doing everything, so and just not happy.
Then life changed.
My ex and I separated, I would say before COVID hit.
A single mom, 3 daughters, and a lot of uncertainty.
I always, in the back of my head, was like, I'm not happy, what would make me happy? And it always led back to the time that I had the shop. Okay, sorry. During COVID is kind of when Teahee started. Basically stuck in the house together. So I was like, okay, well, we need to do something like to get our minds off of everything. So we started an Etsy shop. We started a craft. And it was soap making.
So like the soap era was kind of, I feel like it was throughout the first kind of year or so of being just like with my mom only. So she was like a single mother for the first time. We were all in the house and she wanted to pick up a hobby. So we all started making soap together in our basement.
Then something unexpected.
All of a sudden I got like this big giant order for soap, personalized soap, and it was a very unusually large order. And so after everything was done, I was like, let me research this person, like who are they? I thought it was like maybe a teacher, and I found out it's like a Hollywood producer. I don't know if I can name him, I'll tell you. But it's John Landau. Yeah. So I tell that story a little because from that money, so I got the seed money.
Now with the seed money, a second chance at the dream she never let go. But it didn't happen overnight.
And then I moved to like a little horse trailer that I sell out of. I looked for like maybe almost 3 years. Like I feel like I was looking at spaces and nothing felt right.
Until one day, the right place found her.
The space just felt right and like very nostalgic to me. So I was like, okay, I really like this feeling. It was hard because doing everything like alone, pretty much. And it's kind of like, I don't have anyone to like kind of lean on. Like, I didn't even tell my parents.
So mom picks up for me.
But she wasn't really alone. Her 3 daughters, her why.
I'm proud of my mom because she's hardworking and she loves me and my sisters and her family, and she just never gives up. She opened this shop all by herself. Sometimes I'm like, wow, how can she even do that? Watching her be solo is a really good role model for all of us.
At the end of the day, loving yourself and giving yourself grace isn't just for you, it's for your kids. When they see their mom happy, they realize that they can do anything they want in life too.
I think it's very admirable what she did, like waiting to make sure we're all okay first before kind of starting her dream. We got this, like you can go do your thing, like just seeing her grow and the shop become everything she wanted it to be. It's just been very inspiring.
It's the pandan coconut cream, and it's the most popular drink here.
So like whenever something happens or she's struggling, She always just finds a way to just push through it, almost like a superhero.
She's very passionate. She loves people.
Enjoy.
She's extremely hardworking. She's here every day. She's committed.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's an incredible story, and the drinks live up to it.
We call it the Tiger Salted Cloud, and it's more like a traditional boba tea. That's the lychee berry shortcake. Yeah, just being a full-time parent, you don't really have that much time for yourself. It's like that 5 minutes right there that you're just brewing, the act of just brewing the tea itself, like gave me my moment.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Running a business and raising kids all at once can be challenging.
I honestly don't know. I just had, this is what I have to do, pretty much, and then kind of just do it.
I think it's probably one of the most difficult things in the world to raise children well, especially alone. And she was able to do it with 3 girls, and we're all extremely close-knit.
This is a very personal thing. I think when people come in, you can feel that it's a very family-centered business. Everything in here, every single drink, every single, choice in here was a very personal thing for my mom.
Then we kind of together came up with the name Teahee.
So Teahee is something cute. When you're laughing. And I think for me, I love everything cute because it comforts me.
A place to share with your friends and laugh, and with community. Just like a lighthearted, fun vibe. You can get boba and hang out and have a good time.
When we get really busy, I will get emotional as well. I'll step back there and yeah. It's just seeing people in here, and yeah, makes me happy.
To learn more about Teahee, you can go to teahee.co. This Heart of the West story takes us into a world where ancient tradition meets modern artistry. Bala, an Indian immigrant and artist of nearly 25 years, brings henna-inspired designs to life. Her textured acrylic paintings and ceramics are rich with culture, color, and the stories she's traveled with across continents. Here's more with Bala.
So this is the same style as doing henna body art. And I'm doing this process called slip trailing, where I am piping liquid clay on clay to get textured lines. Hi, I'm Bala Tyagarajan. I am a full-time professional artist. I came to the US as an immigrant from Chennai, India, where I grew up, to pursue a PhD at Kansas State University. It confuses a lot of people because you don't hear a lot of artists who have a PhD. So my background is wildlife diseases. Biology was the goal. Any other middle class upbringing in an Indian household, you grow up with this idea of wanting to be a doctor, an engineer, or something where you establish a career, right? Art is not seen as one of those. And actually, I didn't even know I could do art till I started painting. I love piping paint. The reason I started doing them is I grew up with this art that's called kolam in South India. Millions of Tamil women do it every day around the world. So my thought was wanting to do that on a canvas that I could hang by the entryway. And that's kind of how I fell into the art world. It felt like, oh, I could do more of this, taking a break from biology for a bit. It just took a life of its own. This is where my creativity is. It's not in cakes. And it's been 13 years. It's all discovery along the way. Honestly, everything you see, I don't have a vision in my head when I paint, right? It's not about the steadiness of my hands. It's about how I can control my breathing. It's like I start with a blank canvas, and where it takes me, it's unknown. So when I finish a painting, it's as new to me as it is to you seeing it for the first time. My main technique is grounded in how I can bring in my culture. So you see one of my paintings, it could be just henna or if you know more about Indian stuff, it's kolam, or when you see a portrait, it's like, oh, it's a dancer or it's a bride. And so there are all these different points of connection that leads back to celebrating a culture. When I was back in academia, it's like, oh, you do lab work, you do field work, you do statistics, you know, there's so many different things you do. But once you start doing art, you know, there's the business side of art and then there's the creative side. But there's also this, you have to constantly keep evolving and do more. The masks in particular, I started doing them about the same time I started painting portraits, and it's nice because there's two different mediums, but they inform one another in how I create. Portrait series is a mixed media series. That's a new thing that I just started like a year and a half ago. And it is my way of showing the power of everyday women. In a sense, I never added labels to my identity in the past, but now it feels like I do have to, say, hey, I'm an Indian immigrant woman doing this, because it brings visibility, not just to me, but to also other underrepresented artists in the community, whether it's women artists or BIPOC artists, right? It's adding that extra voice to what I do. We can be anything we want. I'm not labeled or boxed in by like, oh, I used to be in academia, I was a scientist, or I am just an artist, right? We are all so much more, and it's nice to be able to be part of that. It's inspiring, especially for kids, that they don't have to grow up with this idea of like, oh, I need to be a doctor or an engineer or any of that they can do whatever they want. One of the reasons I paint mandalas and not mountains is wanting to highlight my culture and doing what I know, of course, but also I want kids to grow up with more than what their parents grew up with, what their grandparents had as art in their homes, right? We live in a global world, in a global culture, and I want kids to experience that, and I see my art as a means for doing so. It's my identity. It's everything that I bring to the table of who I am. It's not just my art, it's not just my language, it's not just how I dress, right? It just all comes in together. Art is the easiest way I can express it.
PBS 12 was honored to attend the 2026 CBCA Business Arts Awards, where our friend Bala received the CBCA Cultural Leadership Award. Congratulations, Bala, on this big honor. We're very proud to have featured her unique artistry right here on Studio 12 as part of our Heart of the West series. For more info on Bala, you can go to artbybala.com. Colorado Startup Week celebrates the people who are turning big ideas and personal passions into thriving businesses, just like chef and entrepreneur Mary Nguyen of Olive & Finch. Mary left a career in finance to follow her heart into hospitality, building one of Denver's favorite restaurant brands known for flavorful gourmet food that's made from scratch and affordable, too. PBS 12's Brandy Matthews sat down with Mary to talk about her journey from Wall Street to Main Street, the influence of her family's immigrant roots, and the lessons she's learned all along the way.
Thank you for joining us today. It's exciting to be here at Colorado Startup Week. Tell us a little bit about your business. I am a huge fan of Olive & Finch, but there's more. I'm only seeing the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of depth under there. So tell me a little bit about it.
There is. So, we started our first location, Olive & Finch, in 2013, and I had other restaurants at the time, and they were, fine dining and full service. And so I decided to open up a restaurant next to my Parallel 17 at the time. So I had Parallel 17 on 17th Avenue. And I decided to open up Olive & Finch there. And it was I wanted it to be a restaurant that served breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I didn't want anything on the menu to be more than $13 because I wanted it to be affordable, but I still wanted it to be chef-driven and scratch-made. And so everything in the back of house that we do, everything in the kitchen is made from scratch. It was really important for me to be able to have accessible, healthy, and affordable food, but in an environment that was accessible, right? So you come in, you order from the counter, or you order from a QR code, and then we bring the food out to you. But everything in the back of house is made as if it was a fine dining restaurant. So, 2013, we opened Olive & Finch, and nobody understood what we were trying to do. They thought we were trying to open up a fast food restaurant because you order from the counter. And back in 2013, Olive & Finch, just the concept, the format was unheard of. And so, we opened up December 3rd, 2013 to a line out the door. And the next year, 2014, we were awarded Best New Restaurant by 5280, by the Westward, and by Zagat, and that was the first time that any casual counter-style restaurant had not just even won, but had been nominated. Since 2013, our early days, we've opened now 4 Olive & Finch locations. We've opened also a Little Finch. I like to call it Olive & Finch's little sister. It's our cafe all day that focuses on pastries and breakfast items in the morning, but then cocktails at night. But we also have a wholesale company. So it's a company that serves institutional clients. We make grab-and-go meals, pastries, cold pressed juices, and we sell that to hospitals, hotels, grocery stores, and we have a lot of different accounts at the airport. And that actually is the biggest part of our business. It's 60% of our sales is our wholesale business.
In recent weeks, I've had several conversations that have talked about short supply chains. So I'm assuming that you also are buying local.
We are. We're buying local, and I think we're at a point now where we have economies of scale, as you mentioned. So we have really great buying power, and because of that, we are able to buy at really great prices. But because we have this wholesale company, we also control the production and the distribution of our products, and I think that's a part of our secret sauce.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's step back a little bit, because you have not been a restaurateur your entire career. So you started out in finance and working in commodities, and kind of in a corporate environment, right?
Yeah, very, yeah.
So what was this? Was this a brewing passion of yours? And what was the tipping point that made you say, I'm doing it?
Well, I would say first leaving finance was the scariest thing I've ever done, but also the best thing I've ever done. My background, I'm a first generation Vietnamese American. My parents came here as refugees at the fall of Saigon. So they came here with literally nothing but the clothes on their backs, and they had 4 kids, and my grandmother came with them. And they came here to pretty much give us a better life. And I think that is really something that's stuck with me, and it helps me work harder than I think anybody would normally work because of the sacrifices they've made. But because of that, I think that, in my early days when I was working as an investment banker and then as a commodities trader, while it was really financially fulfilling and it was something that my parents were really proud of, I didn't find the connection. And now in retrospect, 20 some years later, I think about okay, well, what has driven me to hospitality? And I think about those moments when I was young, and I would never see my parents because they were working all the time. But when I did see them, maybe it was once a week, and we would have dinner together as a family, all of us together. And that connection and those times where you're enjoying a meal, that really was something that stuck with me. And so as I was going through my career in finance, I was well, this is really great, but I'm missing something. And the funny thing is I didn't even start cooking until I started cooking for myself in college.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and so I decided in 2001 to leave finance because I wanted to learn how to cook, and I wanted to open up a restaurant. And so I did that.
All right, so if we look at, if you ran into somebody who said, I want to start in the restaurant business and here's my concept, what would you tell them? What would your big piece of advice be about jumping off on this?
Yeah, well, first, know your why and hold on to it, because it's not going to be easy. Like, this industry, it's going to test you in ways that you really can't imagine. I think that you have to really understand what you're walking into, because the hours are long and the margins are really, they're laser thin. And I think that, people see busy restaurants, or they see, shows on TV, or they see Top Chef, or, this or that. And it's very glorified, right, in what we do, because you're just throwing a party every day, it's like having a great party at your house, right? It's like, well, why can't I do this, every single day? But it's a lot harder than just cooking and hosting. I think that if your why is just, I want to own a restaurant, I don't think that that's going to carry you through all of the hard nights. And, I think that if your why is about something bigger, maybe it's sharing flavors that you grew up with, or maybe it's creating places for people to feel seen and to be seen, or to be a part of a community, or to provide something for the community, then I think that will really carry you when you want to give up.
Mary, it was great to sit down and talk to you today. I really appreciated it. And one of the things that was kind of an aha that you said really early was that you really created a market. We had a vision of a counter ordering to be coupled with fast food and not so healthy.
Right.
And you overcame that. And I have been to 3 of your restaurants, the one at DCPA, the one in Cherry Creek, and the one on 17th. Each has a unique feel, but what is so much that's consistent is that I've always felt welcome. So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Switching now to an exhibit here in Colorado making history. It's called Roots and Routes, the very first South Asian visual artist group show in our state. For these artists, this is more than an exhibit. It's about representation, visibility, and community. From landscapes inspired by the Colorado Plateau to art tied to cultural traditions, these artists share their personal journeys through their work. Take a look.
For me, light and shade and bright colors, beautiful colors are what inspire me. So this is the colored corn that you do get here in the US.
These are part of a stream of landscapes that I have been doing. I started a series of landscape painting based on the Colorado Plateau. My career was in abstract.
So behind me is one of my traditional Bharatanatyam dancer paintings. It's named after a goddess, and in this, it's the idea is that women are constantly on the move, but we move with grace because there's just so many things to handle, right? So that's what I'm trying to bring in this painting. Hi, I am Bala Tyagarajan. We are here for the opening night of Roots and Routes. It's a South Asian visual artist group show. This is the first time a group of us are getting together for an art show like this in Colorado. South Asians, we've been here for so long. It's just that the artists who are particularly visual artists and not performance artists have just been so disconnected. It's nice to have a community to get together and come together and be able to tell the broader community who we are and what we do.
She had approached me during the Colorado Creative Industry Summit saying, I never see my community represented in spaces, and this is a problem. And I'm like, I agree with you. This is a huge problem. So essentially, after the conversation around what she was hoping to do in collaboration with the South Asian artist community that she was not seeing represented, I asked her, what does she need? And she said she needs access to space and access to resources. And I said, with the space, I think I have you covered.
I really couldn't figure out where my community was. And I lived in the suburbs, I had 2 children. And so for this to happen and to have the kind of artists that have come out, it seems from the woodwork, out of the woodwork, it's unbelievable to me to see this energy, to see people starting out, see people who have been doing things in isolation for a long time.
This show is all about visibility, representation, and community. To me, representation is not just having 4 walls and somebody to put art on the wall, right? It's when people actually engage with one another, and art is a great means for that engagement.
Because I kept thinking there must be a few other artists, because when I came here there was nobody, and I often thought to myself, I'm in a wilderness, because 40 years ago Colorado and Denver was a very different place.
This is the first time we've come together as a community of South Asian artists. They're all wonderful people as well, so it's a lovely community that's expanded suddenly from just knowing 2 or 3 of them to more than 20.
It's about the artist's journey, their identity and their experience, what they bring to Colorado and what they have been creating here.
I was just so inspired to paint this because the Thanksgiving festival here kind of mirrors the Thanksgiving festival that we have back in India. We make offerings to the gods for a great harvest. And for all the good things that we receive. And I really found this mirrors that culture and that tradition.
Personally, one of my collectors called my artwork as a sonar, that it brings me to people and it brings people to me. And this exhibit is like that, except it's bringing an entire community of South Asian artists to the broader Denver metro, and it's the same thing. We are hoping to get so many people to come in, look at the artwork, engage with it. Hopefully it sparks some curiosity and conversations and maybe lasting connections.
Although the exhibit is over, you can still go to southaasianartists.com for more information and about upcoming events. Tonight, we celebrated Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month through the stories, cultures, and communities that continue to shape Colorado. Through generations of sacrifice, entrepreneurship, and heart, we're celebrating their special contributions to our state. From the family business of Denver's Little Saigon district to South Asian artists breaking new ground in Colorado, to entrepreneurs turning personal journeys into purpose-driven success. These stories remind us how much strength and beauty can be found in sharing who we are and honoring our roots. Thank you for spending this evening with us. For all of us here at PBS 12, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Studio 12.